Hi, my name is Danielle Barnes, and I'm here today to introduce myself. I am currently right now in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, inside a bowling alley. I am 42-year-old, white female. I have 4 really amazing kids and 1 truly beautiful granddaughter. I'm surrounded by friends and family who support me and are here to cheer me on to go to TLC to be the next great baker. A few things that I do want to share with you about my personality and what I do want to bring to the show is that I have an iron will, and I am the most determined individual that you are going to be running across in this event. I usually handle any stressful situation with a really good dose of humor and probably a little bit of sarcasm to go right along with it. I would like to be able to show you a lot of my work this evening, and I would also like to show you who I am and how I really want to be a part of your family. This is my family here. I love them. They're my entire life. I want to show you what I create for them on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much, and let's go bake some cakes.
Perfect. We are back from the bowling alley, and we're going to be getting ready to do some cakes. Before we start, I want to talk a little bit about my cakes and how I feel about them and what I do with them. I use my imagination as my greatest tool. It is something that formulates and changes as I go through a cake. I've never actually done the same cake twice. It's always been something new, something different. I continually challenge myself anytime I am approached with a cake idea. I want a bare concept, and I want to be able to formulate something that's very unique and very personal, and that's where I take my cakes to a new level, to a very personal level, with particular the dragon cake here. This was for my 15-year-old son, and he loves dragon books. This entire cake was actually a 3-tier cake. This is the top of the cake, and it had the tail coming out the bottom. He loved it. It was probably the best gift that he's ever received, and he thought it was amazing. So to be able to have that gift and to bring that about is something that I want to share on a much broader spectrum than just with my family. I want to share it with all of you. As far as some of the inquiries that we've had as to what ingredient maybe I would be, I would have to say that I would be a vanilla bean. Vanilla is used would be very subtle, or it can be really powerful, but you are definitely going to note its absence. And I'm kind of like that too. If I'm not around, I think it would be definitely noticeable, and everything would definitely be lacking in that. I don't think that you do need to go to a culinary arts school. I don't think this is a requirement. If I said that it was, I would undermine everything that I do. I have never taken a single cake class. I've never been to a culinary arts school. Not saying that I wouldn't like to. I don't think that I can't do just as well as everybody that spent 4 years in Paris studying. There's a lot of tricks and techniques that I'm sure that I'd be able to learn, and I strive to learn every day. But I also utilize the tools that I have at hand and that are available to me. I read voraciously. I study the internet. I watch The Cake Boss, because the best cakes do definitely come out of there. I watch for tricks and techniques and try to simulate. Although you're not going to get instructions on those types of shows, you can look at the texture of a filling, and it took me probably 10 tries to figure out how he got his chocolate ganache to look like that nice fluffy fudge filling. But I finally got it, and you just whip it, and you whip it good. I also don't believe that you have to have some secret hidden recipe. I pull all of my recipes out of books and online, and I tweak them a little bit. I do make them my own. I use my own creativity. I know what flavors are going to mesh together. I love textures. I like to incorporate nuts. One of the greatest tricks that I have is from a book, and I thought I would try it out, where you just take all of the trimmings from your cake and you incorporate it, you will either add maybe a bit of curd to that and a little bit of your buttercream, or maybe you add some chocolate ganache, and you use this as a type of spackle over your cake. You're going to have the best structural cake you can possibly imagine. You're not going to have any waves in it whatsoever. I didn't go to school to learn this, but the information is definitely readily at hand. I'll try everything at least 3 times before I give up on it and decide that it really wasn't for me, because not everything is. The first job that I had, and I was only 15 and a half at the time, I did demos for a bakery. I handed out samples of all the baked goods every day. And this lasted for about 3 months. And then they actually did pull me into the bakery, and I worked in the bakery, and I started going into the bakery field from then. I did work at the bakery for Costco Wholesale, which is, as I'm sure you know, very streamlined, very high volume, and you're not using any type of creativity, but I picked up a lot of tools, and I can definitely create a cake very quickly. This brings me to whether I feel comfortable doing one of the fire challenges or the speed challenge, whether it be in a group or on my own. I'm really very comfortable in that atmosphere. I've worked under pressure in the cake industry for years. I haven't worked in the cake industry for, unfortunately, 18 years was the last time I actually worked in a Costco bakery. I actually work more at the corporate office now. I do this solely at home. I do not have a commercial bakery. I do not have a license. I do not sell my cakes. This is done for my friends and my family as loving gifts. So I do not have a wide variety of cakes to show you, but the ones that I have, I do feel are absolute masterpieces. I think I have a great deal to offer. I do want to come from this competition, coming out of it, being able to have that for my business. This is what I want to do for a living. And granted, it took me 40 years to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. But I did, and here we are. I do want to do for you right now a quick 5-minute cake challenge. We're going to just do a really fast chocolate fudge cake with a really nice raspberry white chocolate ganache filling. This is white chocolate ganache that's been whipped up really, really nice. Raspberry curd folded into it. We're going to use a basic buttercream icing. This is going to be done in 5 minutes. We're going to set a timer, and we're going to see what we can come up with. I'll be honest, I've never done a cake in 5 minutes. I've never had reason to, but we're going to give it a go and see how this happens.